and clarifying a little bit about power, right? Power is not power over dynamic as in, hurting people or bossing people or telling people how it is or anything like this. Power, power of presence, power in the moment is successfully holding and bringing the truth forward in that moment. The real truth, the real truth. Okay. All these outer nesting dolls of who you are, including what's coming out of your mouth, right, is aligned for truth to be revealed. Okay. That's the key. Truth gets revealed. And that is really being in the moment when truth is revealed, because now you guys, whoever you're with, you're in your community or what have you, now you guys are on this wild adventure of discovering what's the real truth about this, about that, in relationship to this, in relationship to that. Okay, because we're quite literally learning how to be our authentic selves, because these ego driver pieces that are out of tune with the truth of who we are getting hammered, stripped away, stripped away, um, so how do we do this, right? I'm talking about this in different ways. I've gone over this before in the chats, but I just want to frame it up a little bit differently so you guys can really get the point of it, because a lot of people don't know the difference between pain and suffering. A lot of people don't know how to turn extreme pain to be present with it, and so until it turns into power. And there's a couple tips that I want to give for that, because number one, you need help from your friends. I will tell you that friends are a really important deal, because they can help you. They can really help hold the space for you when you're faltering into victimhood or faltering into blame. Those are the really big pieces that hang us up as humans, is blame and victimhood. We really believe something's being done to us because we're taught that. We're taught that by life and by society. We're also taught that by our parents, right? We inherited a lot of our parents' traits, and they've been heavily programmed. And we have different encodements on a soul level. So it's really clear to us when things aren't feeling right, but how to fix it maybe isn't so clear. The other thing is the presence, right? So emotions move like water. Now, if they're stuck, then it might feel like muddy water, really muddy water, right? But if we let us have our emotions without the mind thoughts that tell us why we are having those emotions, as in you're not justified in what you're thinking or feeling, you're just having them with no blame whatsoever, they're just there being had. Okay, then that muddy, thick water starts to move, and a current starts happening. And then the feeling that you started sinking into actually starts changing into a different feeling. So it might start off as anger, then it will turn to being scared, then it might turn into being sad, and that might turn into feeling helpless. Now, if the emotions are getting more and more intense as you're letting them move, that's actually a good sign that you're doing what you need to be doing, okay? But there is a point in time where, as those emotions move, as you let that energy move and discharge, and maybe your soul's been waiting for you to really have that experience your entire life, okay? Or lifetimes. It can be that much, there could be that much magnitude to it. What will start to happen is that you'll be able to have the emotional pain and love, believe it or not, at the same time. You can really feel the smile inside, a loving, warm feeling inside, while you're experiencing fear or while you're experiencing helplessness. It quite literally breaks. It feels like your heart is breaking. But on the other side of that, so much of that energy moves. All of the agreements, contracts that have been made because that energy existed inside of you, all that stuff washed out with the emotional energy. All that stuff washes out. This is quite literally how you can completely transcend long-standing soul contracts without knowing anything about what soul contracts are, right? Long-standing paths of turmoil and disempowerment can move through with just one sitting of being riding your emotions through. Now, the reason why that we're doing this, remember, is so we can really be present in the here and now. We can change the pain in the here and now into power. So this chaos that's going on will very quickly go from, oh my God, I'm losing my mind, all this stuff is going wrong. It'll go from that to just, and you're in it. You're just facing it. You're riding it. It's happening. This is one of those facets to the secrets of Jaguar medicine, okay, is that the presence of your heart is so available that it transmutes and transforms everything. And you start stepping into a very, very powerful creator role.